everybody, welcome back to the Shards of Nyrn, Season 5, here on Dork Tales. I'm your Dungeon Master, Kelly. I'm using he and him as my pronouns, and I also have this cadre of kooky PCs with me tonight. Then we are going to continue exploring the underground. Bye, Robin. She's leaving. All right. Oh, she's back.
I grabbed my bag with my D10s and not my regular dice set.
Surprise, bitches! We're running Mage the Ascension tonight.
So I grabbed my other Bookwyrm dice plushie, basically, because it's so soft.
Nice.
They're dice bags.
You know what else is so soft? All of our players here, as well as our brains, because we missed last game because some things blew up and people were sick, and this game is on a cursed night. But that's fine. We're here, and we're very excited to be back. You know who else is? You know who the most excited person to be back is?
Who?
You. The first person to speak, Amy. Welcome back.
I was wondering if this was a trick.
It was a trick.
Are we doing introductions this way? Okay. Hi, I'm Amy. My pronouns are she, her, or they, them. I am playing Tia Armstrong, the half-orc druid, Circle of the Moon. I am a Scorpio. I like
the sexy
lots of food and chocolate, and I have a craving for Reese's Pieces right now.
Yeah, but who doesn't? It's definitely a thing.
Apparently, a lot of people don't like peanut butter chocolate combo, and I don't get it. I truly do not get it.
Those people are wrong.
Insane.
I know.
They're even worse than the pineapple and pizza. We can have our differences, but chocolate and peanut butter, get out.
It's the only way that I like peanut butter.
All right, bye.
What, Christine?
I don't fucking eat Reese's Pieces. I hate them. They're gross.
What?
Christine doesn't really like peanut butter, though, so like...
I don't like peanut butter. I
okay,
usually like
okay.
things, and that's it.
That's
peanut butter.
That's valid. That's valid. Then.
That's
Okay,
like-
Why would
that's
I
fine.
eat chocolate with peanut butter? Ew.
Okay, that's fair then. That's fair.
To
I just
be
meant you
fair,
like
I
peanut
also like
butter.
pineapple
I
on
don't
my
like
pizza.
pizza.
Fair.
I like pineapple on my pizza too. That's what I'm saying.
too.
People can have their differences. It's because that debate's hot. But
All right,
obviously-
it's too hot.
It's
You know who else is
Trash
hot?
with me. I take
And therefore, I
trash.
do not like mint chocolate, and I know that makes me.
Yeah, you
I
don't
hate
like anything
chocolate.
mint.
I don't like
love
anything
chocolate.
mint.
Mint chocolate's great.
You know what
Yeah, I
else
don't
is
like
great? Player number 1 going. That's Christine. Hi, Christine. How are you?
Oh, hi. Well, apparently I'm getting Traz in the group divorce. So
You'd be a weird couple, but I'll support it. Like,
that's all right. I'm taking Charlie too, by the way. He likes peanut butter, but I'm not going to hold it against him. But
you're not going to hold peanut butter? It would get in his fur.
well, only until he licked it out. He'd be fine. Like, he's good for that. So if I ever need to like throw it against the wall or something to get rid of it, he'll clean it up for me.
You regularly throw peanut butter against the wall?
Look,
Well,
don't take
if you
shame.
put it on a lick mat first, then it's a good way to distract your dog.
we have
All right.
chosen chaos today,
Christine,
guys.
hi.
This is the vibe.
Charlie, stop drinking water. Charles.
He has a drinking problem. All right, Christine, you're up. Say hi.
Hi, I'm Christine. I use she, her pronouns. And tonight, I'm playing Malia Sunsworn, our Dwarven Tempest Cleric of Vela.
And your counterpoint is right beneath you. It's Winter.
Heyo! That's me. I'm Winter. I play Mars, the tiefling rogue with a bit of warlock. I use she, her pronouns along with my character. And right now I'm really craving Oreos, and I'm a Sagittarius.
Nice. You know who else is a Sagittarius? It might be Cat. I don't know. Cat.
But I'm not a Sagittarius. I'm a
Wah.
Virgo, actually.
You're a Virgo?
I'm a Virgo.
Oh, I'm sorry.
That makes
So-
sense.
The sluttiest sign.
Yeah, I mean,
you.
which makes, other than the fact that I haven't been on a date in 4.5 years, yes, I would agree with that personality-wise.
So definitely,
I'm really trying.
you should
and
marry
it's
Traz.
not working.
We're gonna hook you up with Traz.
Oh God, I want to go on a date with somebody. I don't even care who at this point.
That's right.
but
You
anyways,
out there, you have a chance.
Yeah, but anyways, my sad dating life aside, my name's Kat, and I use she, her pronouns. And tonight, I am playing Asen Rightwing. She's our half-elf gloomstalking ranger. And I would say I am craving Oreos and Reese together, so I might order a Blizzard,
Nice.
actually.
Nice.
Ooh.
And I like Reese, but I don't like peanut butter.
That's a choice.
So-
You know what else is a choice? It's Robin.
Hi, Robin made a choice and forgot that my spellbook doesn't transfer when I have new devices, so Robin's trying to remember what fucking spell she has. But that is a Robin problem while we're doing intros and stuff. I'm Robin. I'm Robin. I use she, her pronouns, and tonight I am playing. I almost said JoJo because I was thinking about my JoJo shirt that I'm wearing.
JoJo! I will run a JoJo's Bizarre Adventures game.
Mojo Jojo.
That's Learwin. I'm playing Phidias Stardust, our Astral Genasi Graviturgy wizard,
Fantastic.
who's trying to remember her spellbook.
All right. Well, you know what would help you keep track of your spell book? An amazing sponsor like Bookwyrm Games would help you organize your dice, would help you have some relaxing tea, would help you spill that tea when you're talking about the things that Mars is doing while you're getting that tattoo. Bookwyrm Games is our sponsor for the night. They're an amazing sponsor, and I am going to be in discussion with them very soon to talk about, all sorts of amazing dice that they're going to make for us. It's going to be wonderful. And you'd be wonderful if you went and bought from them. Use our code DorkTales to save 15% on your order. Also, if you spend about 100 Canadian dollars, your shipping is free worldwide, even in the Underdark. And given that Canadian dollar is the Canadian dollar is pretty weak right now, that'll take you a long way. So enjoy your dice. It's real nice. And so is our sponsor, Bookwyrm Games. Thank you so much, Bookwyrm Games, for keeping the lights on and paying for my internet sometimes, which is nice because they just raised the rate by like $5. Yay. But I get a better modem next week, so that's nice. Yeah. It's like Wi-Fi 6. I don't even know what that is. I didn't even know we were at Wi-Fi 5.
I'm at Wi-Fi 6. It's great.
Is it great?
Yeah, it's fast as heck. Like I'm at like 1400 per second.
1400?
Yeah.
Holy shit.
I have the really good internet from TELUS.
We can't get that here. But anyway, so folks, we're going to be starting game in just a minute. Just a reminder, we are down in the Underdark. It is the land down under, and it's starting to get kind of warm out. I just realized. But we were not in last game, so does anybody need any reminders of what we did?
I got finger tattoos.
You did get a finger tattoo. It was a mustache.
In the process of, did I get it or was I getting it?
There you go.
I'm getting it. I'm getting my giant ass back tattoo.
It's true.
I got a new set of pretty MMORPG armor.
Sure did.
And was hitting on an elf folk, not an elf folk, a rabbit folk.
Yes, long ears, different type of long ears.
Long ears, different type.
And I got frog socks.
Woo!
To be fair, they were
You
pretty nice
sure
frog
did.
socks.
Mm-hmm.
Right now I'm wearing Kirby socks.
Jealous.
Nice.
And, Mally
And
was
then
hammering
Christine
things out.
was, Mally was getting her hammer fixed.
Hammer
All
time.
right. It's hammer time. All right. Any last questions before we begin?
All I'm picturing Christine from Melia sometimes is just, the hammer guy on TikTok. Hammer!
Yes.
What I picture with Malia about her hammer
What's that guy?
sometimes.
Tank.
Yeah, Tank, that guy. Yeah.
He's so
Yeah.
like uplifting.
I
to
love
everybody.
him so much.
He's
Talking about
always
the
like,
the Viking guy.
"That's badass. We need it on a team."
Yeah, it's so good.
It's great. I love his TikToks.
All right. So without further ado, let's hop into the Shards of Nyrn, Season 5, Episode 5, How Bazzar, here on Dork Tales.
Posture check.
Posture check. Or does that just mean you have to, like, get your cleavage
Oh.
going?
I am checking my posture is in fact slumped, and I'm enjoying it right now.
Yeah.
Okay. Just don't go too low. You're a little low in frame sometimes.
Let me just like eye down here, okay?
Your eyes are being poked out by your name when you do that.
That's okay.
Just rolling a stealth attack.
I'm okay
Stealth
with that.
attack?
I
Stealth
had
roll.
to deal with the police today. It's fine. I can hide out of my own frame if I want to, right?
Fair.
I can hide in my own frame. I can leave this frame behind.
All right. We good?
Yeah.
We're all good? All right. Everybody's got the sillies out. This is what happens when we don't play for a month. Everybody's like silly.
I'm just playing with my like ultra like shiny swirly dice.
That's fair. The sound of the Underdark Bazzar surrounds you. Tia, we begin with you, waiting outside of the carriage that is rolled up, called the Smiling Exchange. Aeson has vanished into the depths of what appears to be some type of dimensional ladder, down into the bowels of a separate shop that exists on some type of carriage-bound demiplane. And you find yourself left out monitoring just the crowd. You can see that there are a number of people walking by, and a number of things that you would not necessarily define as people. Bugbears and hobgoblins make a little bit of passage through and mill around alongside drow and durgar and stranger creatures still. As you are sitting or standing, as you're kind of relaxing outside or just kind of minding your business, you're going to notice that on top of this carriage, the Smiling Exchange has a small stuffed rabbit sitting on top of it. And
Because it's run by a Herringon?
perhaps it has button eyes made of ivory buttons. And what's your passive perception?
That's a good question. Hold on. My passive perception is 19.
19. You are going to hear over your shoulder as you are listening to the bazaar kind of echo around you, the marketplace. You hear the calls for spices in a dozen languages. You hear the call for other things. People down here are trading drugs, sex, workers. Someone is selling a son on the corner. A drow woman who looks like she can't be more than between 30 and 300. Stands on a corner holding the hand of a teenage boy. Another drow with long ears pierced in 5 different places along each. She calls out, "Anyone who wants, I have a deal for you. My boy here is able to crawl into small places. He is able to do whatever work you would like. I am leasing him out at the moment at a reasonable rate. Whoever wants a thrall, come and get him." The boy stares at his feet in awkward silence. And as this has caught your eye for a moment, you're going to hear the sound of fabric ruffling right over your shoulder. The sound of kind of like if you twisted a blanket right next to your ear, or if someone shifted under covers. Glancing back,
Okay.
the rabbit plush is sitting over your head.
Just stare at it.
It stares back at you unblinkingly. And inside of your head, you'll hear a voice. "Hey, you gonna buy something?"
Who's asking?
Me. I'm Vinny. I run the shop when Zarek's not around.
I already bought stuff. I'm just waiting for my friend.
Yeah, but what have you done for us lately?
I just bought stuff.
Yeah, but what have you done for us lately? You already paid. You know, your loitering's already happened.
Are you telling me to take a hike?
Whatever you do in your spare
that might
time.
catch my attention.
What kind of things are you in the market for?
I don't know. Do you have... is it mostly clothing? I don't remember what was entirely at this.
It's largely clothing and fabric-related things here.
Okay. She's just gonna shrug. I'm like, I don't know. Got any cool knickknacks or souvenirs?
Souvenirs. I've got one of these. The plush doesn't move, but an invisible pair of hands. Kind of, well, they're invisible, but at the same point, there's a lot of low-hanging kind of cavern fog inside of here. And you'll see a pair of spectral hands move through it and grab a tunic that says, I went to the Underdark and all I got was this lousy tunic. Now your style, how about this one?
I mean, Tia's gonna take a look at it and see if there's a price point on it.
Yeah, it's 5 silver.
How much do I know about Underdark customs and haggling, if that's a thing?
I don't know. Make me a history roll.
Okie dokie. Which dice to suffer through? Oh, fuck you. Okay, 1 sec. Let me just see what that be. History, huh?
Mm-hmm.
That's an 11.
I mean, where doesn't haggle?
And most places do. There's a couple places that don't.
Better to
How about
ask
4
forgiveness.
silver?
5 silver and I'll throw in a mug. See? And a mug will pick itself up that says, I heart the Underdark.
Sure.
All right.
5 silver. There you go.
5 silver. All right. Would you like these gift wrapped?
No thanks.
All right. Not gift wrapped. Here you go. And they'll float over to you. So, what do you think your friend and the goon who runs this place are getting up to in there?
Honestly, it could be a lot. Many things within the realm of imagination. They
What
might
about
be
you?
banging.
Hey. You know what? It's been a while since I've been stuffed good. Although, if you ever want to change that, Dollface, you let me know.
I'm gonna pass on that one.
You sure? I'm real cuddly.
Yeah.
Although I'm
Yeah,
not
I'm sure.
anatomically correct.
Yeah, I just, I hadn't asked. I wasn't curious.
They say I'm a real animal in bed.
Uh-huh.
The stuffed animal.
Yep. That would make sense. You know where I can get, like, those, like, little figurine thingies? They're, like, all the tourist shops have them. Do you have tourist shops down here?
Yeah, of course. Why wouldn't we? That's kind of prejudice just to assume because we're in the Underdark we don't have tourist shops. You think we don't get
A
tourism?
lot of places don't have tourists, so I don't know if this is a tourist town or not.
I mean,
Tend
Ekrazane's
to be
like...
trade hubs, things like that.
We're on the undersea.
Well, that answers my question. I'm not familiar with this area.
But yeah, no, there's icons and like there's there's like carvings and stuff like that around. Of course. You just gotta walk through the market. You'll find stuff.
Okay, well. Do you think they're gonna take a while?
Smash cut to Asen. What's happening downstairs?
You know, I'm not sure actually.
So between last episode and this episode, the Harengon invited you downstairs to try on some of his special clothing. And down there, you are going to find that much of it leaved a lot to the imagination. No, that's not true. It's the opposite. Leaved nothing to the imagination, as it was absolutely the dirtiest lingerie you've ever seen in your life.
But like pretty, right?
Yes, but also a lot of it was missing. If you get my drift, a lot of cutouts.
So yeah, that's probably devolved into exactly what everybody was thinking was going to happen.
So, you said nobody's bothered to try out your new body, huh?
Yeah, well, once, but it was a dragonborn who. I mean, I was always better than he was.
I don't doubt it. I mean, look at you. Head to toe, you are picturesque, a princess.
I take it she's probably just stand like all 6 feet of her just standing in this nothingness. You know, just talking.
You know, nothing says comfort like laying naked on a fur rug. And he steps forward at that point, and with a deft movement is going to unfasten all of the buttons on the front of his shirt with a single, like, just flip, like the way that a skilled professional can undo a bra, like a 5-class bra with a flick. He does that to the front of his shirt and goes, "And lucky for you, Dollface, I come with my own carpet." And he's gonna slough his clothes off, revealing that he is a Harengon. He is made of rabbit fur.
He absolutely is. I don't know what she's gonna think about that. She knew realistically that that's what, but it's different seeing it.
Hey, just lay down. Let me take it from here. I'm Pot
God.
Rabbit. Don't worry. I love a good salad. And he's going to crack his neck to the side.
Oh, God.
Cat, I'm really sorry, but I have to say, very much like your girl bunny eating your couch, this rabbit wants to munch your carpet.
Yep.
She doesn't have a car.
Well, he's definitely going in the bunny hole.
Oh, God.
Oh no!
See,
He's gonna find his way to Albuquerque.
Oh, God. See, like, Cat picked up on. I'm not sure if Asen would though.
He'll still make a mess.
I'm not sure if Asen would pick up on that. So
Make
I
me an
guess she's gonna
insight
find-
roll.
Yeah, that's. I think the.
Yeah. How was Zeno on the flirting aspect with women? I don't remember much of that.
Oh, he was.
He was okay.
was-
It was either okay or
yeah.
awkward, depending on the day.
Yeah.
So I guess it depends on if Asen's kind of had any bit of that
Well, because
I see.
it's a different thing, right?
But
You know, like
she's
a
not
guy.
used to being on the
you know.
other side of that. Mhm.
Exactly. And like it was never Zeno's thing, and so he never really thought to instigate a conversation about that. And so +3, so 8, 9, 10, 11.
11. So you're gonna be
Yeah.
like, what? He's naked. Yeah, she's down to he's down to like a loincloth.
Oh my god. How tall is this Harengon?
Oh, you know what? Let's look that up. He's the medium-sized version, so Harengon. Harengon are. Well, I'm gonna roll for it actually. Give me 1 sec. Okay, that's 7 inches, and that's a 13 inches. So he is 13 inches. He's about. I'm gonna actually roll. Oh, it's 4d12. What am I doing with my life? Okay.
I was gonna say if he's 13 inches tall, there's a problem.
No,
See, I thought you were rolling for something else there.
No,
Oh, God.
we don't do that. We're adults. Or you
Darcy has begs to differ.
You decided to roll that, not me. So he is 32 inches plus the base height of 3'6". So 3.6 plus 2 plus. So he's like 6'2".
Oh damn! Is that with or without the ears? Is that including
Oh,
the head of the ears?
with the ears, proportionally, I guess if let's just say that he can get on any amusement park ride he wants with those ears.
Okay, you know that's I was worried you were gonna say like he's like 2 feet tall.
No. The base height is
Okay.
apparently the base height is 2d6 or 3d6 or pardon me 3.3 foot 6 inches plus 4d12.
Oh, okay.
Basically a jacked rabbit.
You know,
Yeah.
they
Oh my
literally they did Bugs Bunny when they did the Harengon. They were really going for Bugs Bunny kind of humanoid vibes.
I'll double check.
Fair
that. Yeah, so
enough.
32 inches is 2 feet and 8 inches. Yeah, so like he's about 6'2", 6'3".
Nice. Okay. Then yeah, you know what? She is down. She specifically did state that she wanted to find, you know.
So, here, tell you what, doll. That merchandise you just sloughed off, we can't just leave it on the floor like that. Do you mind turning around and picking that up?
Oh God! Jesus Christ! Yeah, sure.
You know, as they say back west, eat the dakimas. And we're gonna swap scenes right now.
Jesus Christ! Well then.
Whoa.
Where we see the vigorous hand motion of the needle going into Fadia's back.
We transition back to Fadia getting her tattoo. There is a lot of blood and pain happening right now, and I would like you to make me a Constitution save.
Perfect. First time using my extra life die. First time. So let's see how this goes. Okay, not quite. I thought. Yeah, no, that's not a nat 1. That's a 7. Plus con is a 12.
12? All right, you're going to gain a level of exhaustion from this.
Fair.
The size of this tattoo is going to be very exhausting. And
Mhm.
as he is working on your back, John Verden is going to continue to just do all of the accent and details, and he's going to talk to you kind of quietly as he's going. It was very nice of your friend to distract while I did this.
Yes. I appreciate you doing this as well.
It's not a problem. It's an equal trade. But at the same point, it makes me very happy to do something for someone who knew. Pyrrha was a wonderful wife and an amazing wizard. And to leave something of her legacy with someone who could actually use it to do something of merit. It brings me joy.
I will try my best to make sure that her legacy is honored. I am sorry for your loss.
It's quite all right. I would like to say something to you, but I don't want to come off as strange. And I know that the best way to not come off as strange is to preface something with that, but your skin is very unique. I see a lot of skin in this work, and yours is very beautiful, but very, I've never seen its like. It twinkles. If I may, what are you?
I'm an astral genasi.
Like the stars?
Yes. I was from the time. Thousands of years ago. In Claudes.
That explains it then. Why Pyrrha would have had an interest in you. Time and history and Claudes and the Genasi were very interesting to her.
Yeah.
She told me some of her research.
Oh, what did she tell you?
It's been quite some time, so I probably would get it wrong, but she talked about what happened to Claudes, and it's caused by the something that the records call the stranger.
Yes. I've been trying to find out the identity of the stranger, and I may have a breakthrough in that. But this stranger caused me to become a rare, endangered species.
Yes. Look, Fadia, I must impart something to you. If you are to look for this, please be careful. And I say this to you just between us. My Pyrrha, we say it was an illness, but illness does not strike that swiftly. Illness does not strike that deeply. My wife, Ceres, believes that Pyrrha's death must be an illness for the safety of our clan and for the safety of our continuance, but I know in my heart that it was murder. She was doing research into histories. I think she went and asked wrong questions.
Do you know who she was talking to? Conspiring with?
I know she was seeking aid from some of the clerics at the Causeway of the Gods, the Triad. But when she returned, it was... whatever happened, it took her quickly. And no cleric inside of Ekrazane was able to heal her. Or perhaps unwilling. I fear a conspiracy.
Do you want her back?
Do I want her back?
I might be able to get to a potential of magic to wish her back to reality, and I want to know if that's something, if you've made peace with her.
She is my life, and she is my love, and she is all that I live for. Her memory. But I cannot ask that she would be pulled from rest, not after so long.
Okay.
I know that one day I will die, and I will see her again. I will meet her in the orphan's embrace, and we will walk the fields together. That is enough for me. Besides, I think that my wife, her sister, would have some issues with the resurrection. Drow marriage customs are quite complex. I worry that they would have to take me to, well, they would have to take each other to court to find out whose property I was. I would hate for her to be alive and to lose her all over again, but perhaps that's just my fear.
I think it takes a great selflessness to be asked for something and to realize when to leave it alone. And you are a good husband for that, and a good partner. And she will be waiting there for you. And you've given me something to think about for that. I've always thought if I ever got the power, there's someone I'd want to try having a life with. They're long gone. But I'm wondering now if that would be selfish. So, while you are stabbing me in the back and giving me much pain, you're also feeding my soul.
Don't mean to influence you. Whatever you would do is your choice. And who's to say?
But it
I know
research
Pyrrha. I do not
is-
know your love.
I don't know if I know him either right now.
Can you do me a favor and make me a charisma check, please?
Okay.
You may use persuasion if you have a proficiency.
I do not have a proficiency.
Okay, then just roll me a check.
Cool. I rolled a 2 and an 8. So that's just gonna be charisma is a 4.
A total of 4?
Yeah, because I have exhaustion, so I'm at a disadvantage. So I rolled
well,
a
you won't
2
have
and an
exhaustion.
8.
You don't have exhaustion quite yet. So go ahead and just
Oh, okay.
roll flat for me.
All right.
You'll have exhaustion
re-
after this.
Okay. All right, so a 16 then. I rolled a 14 there.
Okay. Are you in Ekrazane for a while?
I don't know.
You should.
We kind of can't leave, but I might be able to get us out potentially. So I don't know what our
do you mean
plan
you might be able
is.
to get out?
The deck of many things. Couple.
You mean magically?
Yeah.
Oh gods, no! Don't do it.
No?
Well, this is healing.
Oh.
Miss Stardust, I am branding your flesh with a living rune and ward of magic. If something went wrong with a transmogrification or transportation spell, it could rend the magic from your flesh, perhaps out the front. It could explode your heart out of your ribs. It could do worse things to you.
Okay, good to know. I'm glad I'm thank you for telling me. Any other magic I'm gonna cast gonna be affected by this while it's healing, or is this like
Mostly just things that involve reconstituting yourself out of I wouldn't polymorph either.
Oh, okay, good to know. Good to know.
It might just cause the ink to smudge.
Oh. Great. How long do magical tattoos take to heal?
Just a couple of days.
Okay.
A week at the most, depending on how hardy you are. Speaking of which, judging by what I'm hearing from upstairs, I don't know how much time we have left. So I'm going to need you to bite that strap.
Okay.
I'm going to start going deep. And that is where you're going to get the exhaustion.
Perfect.
Meanwhile, upstairs, Mars. What is Mars up to?
So
Are you
I'm
just-
done, right?
Are you done?
I'm done. But yeah, I think I was just gonna go because each of the tattoos takes a
Well, you were
attunement slot.
yes. Well, you were.
Yeah.
If you remember last episode, you were distracting the husband and wife.
Right. So that, yeah.
That's why when you said, "Am I done?" I was like, I don't know.
Oh. No, I'm sorry. I totally forgot that that's where we're at. Okay, yeah. So I do my thing, and I am distracting.
Okay, can you
But
go
I'm
ahead?
not. Oh, sorry.
I'd like you to make me a performance or deception check.
The thing is, she's kind of not really there, like mentally. You know, like when, I hate to say it, but sometimes if you've ever had a partner or someone where you're like almost out of having a relationship with, and they're still trying to be intimate, but you're just like,
Okay.
you know that feeling, right? So
Okay.
it's just like she's not really present. And like still enjoying it and stuff, but she's just not really all there. So
You're
would
doing
that
your
be a
taxes?
better? Kind of, yeah.
Like, how can I do tax evasion better right now?
Right?
Doing your.
So would you want that as more of a deception or just like
I-
a performance?
I think either using those skills, because they're coming from a place of semi-insincerity or
Yeah.
performativity.
Yeah. So I think it might be performance because she doesn't really know she's doing it, I'd say. And that's a 15.
15 is enough to perfect. You are going to have a relaxing time being distracted. The two of them are more than capable and are definitely in tune with each other, which means that you get to have all of the fun of being a new fun thing there, while also kind of
being like, hey, look what she's doing.
Exactly, right?
Yeah.
You're also like, they're competent dance partners at this point that know their routine, so it's easy just to kind of like let them like do the work if there's any way.
Yeah,
you know?
exactly. Yeah,
So,
she's not feeling it like she usually does.
what is she thinking about during this time? What is distracting her? Like, where is her mind?
She's actually really missing Vislin, and she feels guilty.
Okay.
Yeah.
Are you going to be able? Is Mars going to be able to go through with it, or is she going to kind of keep herself at hand's length?
It depends on what they do.
So they are basically trying for the average night of carnal passion. So like they're willing to go as far as possible. But does Mars commit, or does Mars have to tag out?
She might have to tag out and be like, you guys are like, good job. I think I'm nearly done.
Come on, don't be nearly done. We can make sure to get you over the edge.
What would take it? Sorry.
That's okay.
What would get you over the edge? She's trying to lean it back towards, like she's deflecting. Blah 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 blah. Blackout scene.
Okay, fair.
Yeah.
All right, so why don't you go ahead and make me a persuasion roll to try to take control of the scene?
Okay. Persuasion?
Yeah.
Okay.
And everybody remember, you do have a point of inspiration at the start of Shards games.
I was gonna say, could I also use an inspiration?
You can. I mean, hell, you can use Eldritch Blast if you want.
Dang. Yeah, no, the second one was a lot better. It wasn't a 3 plus a 4.
Okay.
So it was a 16 plus a 4, so dirty 20.
Dirty 20. All right. So with that, we'll fade to black. But you absolutely can turn it into more of a like, well, I'm less interested. I'm more interested in watching you two and observing or something like that. Basically like, you guys go do your thing. I'm just here to have fun.
And say nasty things in your ear.
Exactly, right? Like, this is not about me. I'm just parsley on the plate type of thing.
I'll pin her arms down while you know.
Yeah, exactly. Like being an accessory more than like that. That's kind of...
Alternatively, Mars, this is you. Might I suggest something?
Okay.
Okay. I'm gonna type it to you real quick.
Okay. Is it on Facebook?
No, just in our team chat.
Okay. Yeah, that sounds like fun.
Does that sound like something Mars would do?
Yes, but it also might make this transaction not go very well for Fadia, so she doesn't want to mess up either.
Well, I mean, they definitely would be indisposed.
That is true, but then like running away and leaving them tied up, I don't think is a good
Okay. All right. So
send off.
okay, that's totally fine. That's totally fine. I just thought it was
Because we
a very.
might want to come back to these tattoo guys, you know.
That's fair. That's fair. Okay, so you are going to do your job being as performative and yet slightly coy, doing perhaps like a lot of the whole like, well, you know, I'm not that easy. You got to work for me, type of thing. Blah blah blah. Right.
Blah blah blah.
And as you are there, you are going to have a little flashback. And you are going to be in the bathtub. It is very hot and it is very steamy. It's back in Mirage. That intensely large tub.
I think I remember that.
Yes. And you're leaning back not against the porcelain of the tub, but against the muscled frame of Iceland's chest. Scarred, tanned arms are wrapping around you beneath the bubbles, and you can feel his warm breath on the edge of your ear. That was something.
Teehee. I'd say.
We do make quite the pair, don't we?
You know what they say, opposites attract.
Yes, I guess attract is the right word. I'm a little surprised. I've tried to stay as professional as I could. I hope that I never made you uncomfortable.
No.
When did you know that I found you so beautiful?
She's actually like really caught off guard of him just like saying that too. Like she gets told that like, oh wow, you're a real piece of tail.
Yeah. She's hot. She's sexy. She's a smoke show. She's rarely stunning, beautiful, gorgeous.
Yeah. So she'll be like, what are you talking about?
Just, is this just it's fine if it is just a fling, but I've admired you for a while.
You have? But what is there to admire about me? I steal things. I am cursed.
We're all cursed. You just had the bad luck to be chosen by a goddess of chaos and disorder. I was fortunate. I wasn't born this way.
You've never talked about that before.
I am... Have you ever been to Talos, the old capital?
I believe we have, yeah? In story?
Actually, you haven't. You guys have never been to Talos.
No, I haven't traveled that far.
It's beautiful and gorgeous, and it's very segregated. Those who have a lot, and those that don't have nothing. I don't think that it's the way that the Emperor intended it to be. But I grew up as one of those have-nots, and I didn't have a very good run of it when I was a child.
I'm sorry.
It's all right. It's I did what I had to do to survive. Can you make me an insight roll?
Yeah. 13.
13.
Mm-hmm.
There is a lot that he's not saying there, and you don't think that it's just I had to steal to eat. It is a lot of I had to do things that no one of that age should have to do.
Oh, okay.
And one day, when I decided that I did not want to participate, I ran, and my I tried to escape by climbing one of the tallest buildings in Talos, the old cathedral. My patron disliked my disobedience and tried to follow me. And so I was torn between a few options, and I decided that death was the least painful of them. And so I leapt. And I've never touched the ground since.
Wow.
She chose me. She, I owe everything. I owe everything to Valen.
Mars will kind of like curl up in the water and stuff and be like, yeah, I understand what you mean, that feeling of like you owe it to them. Because my life before wasn't bad. It could have been so much more, you know?
Mm-hmm. Why did you run away from home?
I
Was it
didn't
be-
run away from home.
No?
I was pushed out.
Because of
Then I
this.
became this. I was gonna be a bad omen for the entire town.
We can find the last shards, Mars. And when this is all over, you can have whatever type of life you'd want with whoever you want.
I believe so.
Although I suppose that I should probably be a bit wary of you. Such a talented thief. I may risk having something very precious stolen.
Oh, perhaps. perhaps still.
I hope so. And he is going to kiss you in the bath, and that is what your mind is going to come back to.
I was gonna say,
I know. I was being cheeky in the chat.
I know,
'Cause
it was really cute, Robin.
He's a cute church boy, so
Ooh! I need art of him so bad.
Yeah.
Teehee.
All right. So, and with that, we are going to transition back to you finishing the job as needed. And away from here, we find ourselves at the forge. The sound of the anvil ringing over and over and over as Cadamus works the forge. He brings the hammer up and down, turning Malia's hammer in the fire. He shoots a look over to you, Malia. I'm gonna need you to keep the forge hotter. I need you to work it.
All right.
I'm gonna need you to get the bellows as hot as you can.
She will start doing that.
All right, give me a strength check.
Sure. That is a 22.
All right. It takes the better part of 3 hours. 4 hours of continuous hard work. The molten slag becomes steel, becomes rivers of blue, red, molten steel. Glowing so hot in this forge that it defies the colors that you've come to know from working around blacksmiths your entire life. The ancient Duergar runes superheat the metal, and slowly, with precision, that it is often easy to forget that your dwarf man has through his clumsiness and bravado. He does the work of setting the stones back into alignment, of re-chiseling the arcane matrices that line the hammer's face. And one by one, you're going to see the stones along it begin to softly glow, as if waiting to be recombined with your hand. As you work, toward the end, as he's setting this and the concentration is not quite so intense, he's going to say to you, "You know, I hadn't actually thought that I'd ever be able to work on something like this. I appreciate you trusting me like you do.
You've earned it.
I know, but I mean, you know the mark on my wrist means that if I go back into Dwarven society, and they catch me with so much as a pair of calipers, they'll take my hands. And I know you've said that it don't matter to you. But Malia Sunsworn, you have no idea how much it not mattering to you matters to me. Because you're not a fool. You know what you're asking for. I mean, just by traveling with me. Besides, other things. If you know what I mean. I mean, you know, if you I mean, you know, I assume that I just being awkward as fuck, aren't I?
Maybe a little.
You're bloody hard to read sometimes, you know that. For someone who's supposed to be a people person, or at least be reaching out to people.
Nowhere in the cleric handbook says that I have to be a people person.
Oh, like you'd ever even read it.
You're saying I can't read?
No, you can. You just won't because you're lazy.
I am not lazy.
Well, then why is the bellow not as hot as it could be? Maybe you should stick to making beer. Or babies. Do you want babies? By the way.
Well, yeah, but isn't that like a 200-year-old thing?
How old are you again?
125?
I mean, it sneaks up on you. My mother was 138 when she had me. But I mean, it's kind of a whirlwind romance thing.
Well, I mean, it could have been, but now we're saving the world.
It doesn't get much more whirlwind than that, do it?
And she's going to be putting like all of her strength effort into this, by the way, just to be
Sounds
like,
good.
fine, you call me out.
Whoa, you're overcharging it. You're overcharging it. Cool it down a bit. All right, fine. You're strong. You're strong. The magic tattoo's working. I remember what you were like before you got those tats.
See, I was just too busy working my wisdom muscles to work the strength ones.
Your wisdom muscles.
I'm very wise.
I prefer to use my brain. And he's going to take your hammer and he's going to douse it in a bucket of oil. And you're going to watch the oil aerate immediately. Black clouds of the stuff are going to erupt around his gloved hand, coating his flesh in streams of tar. He's going to lean his head away and cover his face with his other huge leather glove to protect himself. He's wearing goggles, of course, but just... You're going to watch plumes of red and black ignite in the air around it. And then little motes of electricity are going to bleed out of the bucket. Well, let's hope that whatever kids you have your looks at least. As well as your muscles. Catch. And can you
She'll
make me
catch it.
give me a catch check. Give me an athletics to catch the hammer.
Athletics? Okay.
Yep.
That will be 24.
The hammer. It goes right back into the crook of your hand. Like it never left. And suddenly, the cold metal of the grip, the oiled leather that wraps around it, will begin to feel flesh warm. And you will smell the scent of ozone as it crackles in your hand. Happy to be home. Try not to break it again, eh?
Well, I mean, no promises if we go up against another god.
Let's hope not. Or at least call your god.
Well, next time I suppose we need to face a god under the open sky.
You don't think that she could just blast in through the roof? See, this is why you don't get any priests of Vela down in the mountains. Had to go to a hill
You don't
dwarf.
normally see a dwarf as a priest of Vela.
Aye, but you're a hill dwarf. You were raised in the hills.
You're lucky you're pretty too.
I am. Prefer rugged, but I'll take pretty. Can I ask you a question while we're alone?
Of course.
Do you think... What do you think's going on up there? It's been a long time. Do you think she's okay? Do you think they're okay?
I don't know.
I suppose it's borrowing trouble to ask about that.
I don't know. I mean, all those dragons. And then we were gone.
Well, we'll take it one step at a time. We fought dragons before, right? We fought dragons before. We fought...
I mean, the one.
We did find one. Did we?
They
Wait, was I
damn near
there?
handed us our asses.
Was I there?
You may have been on the ship at the time.
No, I was training...
No.
Are you talking about the big blue bitch?
Yeah. Were you
Oh,
working with Edagon then?
I was doing my apprenticeship. I was there with the Dracolich, the bony bitch, but the only reason we won that time was because of Farah. I hope that lass hasn't done something that's so stupid that she can't get out of it.
Well,
Sorry.
I guess if she has, we just have to rescue her then.
Speaking of which, I've got to put in the hours here to pay them back for the forge. I think it might be a day or so worth of work, maybe a little bit extra. You go check on the rest. Make sure that they're not getting us trapped down here, causing a commotion. I'll meet up with you as soon as I can. And don't worry, I won't let the Durgar seduce me. Although she had nice chin hair.
Really?
No,
That's
not
where
really.
we're going.
No, I'm just saying, like,
She's gonna reel him in and shut him up by kissing him. Say thank you, and then tell him, stop looking at other women's chin hair.
I suppose I'll have to. You get out of here and go and make sure that Mars hasn't stole anything that we can't get back.
Do hearts count?
Only if they're pumping blood.
Fair.
Anyway. All right. What duties and tasks do you have for me? I can make nails, I can make horseshoes, or spider shoes. What the fuck do you do down here? All right, let's go. Let's do it. Now get out of here. You're taking up too much space. With those big muscles.
You watch yourself, Warforged. She'll give him a shove on his shoulder lightly.
I'll do what I can. Do you head out?
Yes.
We watch Malia leave as the other Durgar come out and bring various tasks. And Cadamus begins setting up his stations to go and make some minor magic items and other saleables there. And as he does...
Which, sorry, before Malia leaves, because it only takes an action, and it's part of touch, probably either when she shoved him or when she kissed him, she's casting Death Ward on him.
Okay.
Just be like, give you a little extra help in case they turn on us.
Hey. He's going to turn to one of the Duragar and say, I need all of my materials superheated. And I need you to melt these down for a side project. And he's going to pass over to one of the Duragar a figurine of platinum and gold. And I need some sand to cast something. How big? Not that big. Not big at all. Now get to work. We've got a lot to do before you've used all my time up. And with that, we swap back across the city to where Tia is doing some shopping, finding figurines. I want you to make me an investigation roll, Tia.
Okie dokie. Investigation, you say? I'm gonna use a different dice because that one betrayed me last time. Let's try this one. Don't fail me. Oh, that's better. Okay, investigation, you said?
Yep.
30-20.
All right, so you're going to find yourself at a stall where for only a... You know what? Add 10% to the cost of those items you're looking for, and you can get them for that. There is going to be a rather hideous creature behind the bar of one of these shops, behind the till. It looks like, once upon a time, I need you to picture a very beautiful elf, and then I need you to put it in the microwave until its flesh bubbles and it begins drooping on the corners. The Fomorian looks over at you and says,
Aye, so that's... I got the figurines that you need. And I've got whatever else you want. A spool of platinum thread for 12.75. And a figurine of a dragon worth 550. Is there anything else I can get for you?
I think that was the main piece. Yeah. Sorry. How much was the thread? I'm picking up for a friend.
$275, unless you want it gift wrapped.
Oh no, that's not necessary. That's 550 and 275. One second.
You've got a strange smell about you.
It's not normally something you would tell a customer, is it?
I would if I was being honest with them. You smell like the Feywilds.
What a coincidence. We were there at one point.
Normally it don't quite cling to you. Quite like this.
What do you mean cling?
It's bleeding off you in waves.
Can I insight this guy?
Yeah, go ahead.
Gives me a chance trying to figure out he's just full of shit. Oh, fucking hell. Okay, insight at an 8. No, I rolled 4.
He is inscrutable. He looks at you with his one droopy eye.
I don't mean it as a form of disrespect.
I'm just not sure what's causing it.
Maybe that I don't know. Not many humans make their way into the Feywild.
Only.
Or are you an elf?
Art points at the pointy ears.
Maybe you went on a family reunion to visit your ma or your pa in the wild.
That would be a reasonable assumption.
You sure you don't want a gift wrap or a bag?
I'm fine, thank you.
Disposable bags are 1 copper.
I don't need
New city
a bag.
tariff. All right.
I've got pockets. I'm good. We're good.
Here you go.
He'll slide
And
the things
here is your
across.
gold, and she will pass it over.
Nice doing business with you.
This has been an enlightening conversation. Thank you.
All right.
I'm just gonna walk away with that perplexed, like, what just happened? And should I be concerned?
As you're walking away, can you make me a perception roll?
I can sure try, given how my dice have been acting tonight. I mean, well, every night, really. You say perception, huh? That is a 25.
A 25? You were going to round the corner just in time to see a pair of drow in military armor, flanking the front of the Smiling Exchange, holding a glaive up to Vinny the Plush. Their insignias.
How far away is this?
Right now, moving through the crowd, you're probably about 30 feet away when you see this.
Okay. I'm gonna keep heading towards them. As far as I know, Aeson's still there.
You speak Elven, of course. So what's going to sound like Undercommon Elven is a bit different. So you're going to hear, right then, heard a rumor you've got her indoors, eh? You've got her underneath? Talk to us, you bloody puppet. Yeah, come on. Come on, speak up. And as, well, you're definitely going to notice that. As you are walking forward, you are going to notice that the ambient lighting is going to shift. And a dark shadow is going to loom right over where you are walking.
Okay, not gonna look up, but I'm gonna kind of just shuffle out of where that shadow is, maybe?
As you shuffle, you are going to see a long, spidery appendage touch down in front of you. G'day. You're traveling with the half-elf right wing, aren't you?
Who's asking?
And as it says that, you're going to hear the tick, 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 tick of 8 spider limbs touch down around you. And the pale, milky features and shock-white hair and 8-eyed face of a melded drow spider, a drider, leans over you. The mayor would like to see you and your party now.
The mayor?
I am... Yes. They would like to see you. Will you come willingly?
I believe we had already been planning to visit the mayor. So that's convenient. Does it have to be right now? We're sort of all split up for shopping and various errands.
Oh, don't worry. Your friends will be along shortly. Malia.
Have we done something wrong?
Malia, can you make me a perception check?
Sure. Uh, 26.
26. As you are heading back to the market square where you broke away from Tia, you are going to see her basically encaged by the arms of a drider that's standing over her.
Okay.
The only limbs of the drider that aren't touching down are those that are still handling the spinnerets that are attaching it to the cave roof above. You
Tia doesn't look alarmed if you're looking at her, what she's doing. She doesn't look like she's distressed.
It is not my place to say why the mayor wishes to speak with you. Only that I deliver you to their side.
So, are we going on foot, or are we getting a lift somewhere?
Feel free to hop on the carriage.
Okay. Let me just go get my friend, and I'll be right back. Do you mind? She's gonna kind of just like step towards the
I would prefer you not do anything that might rouse the suspicion of one Zarek.
I don't see how it would rouse suspicion to say we forgot an appointment.
Make me a persuasion roll, please. Malia, what are you doing as you're watching this?
I think making sure that her hammer is covered because it's got like pretty obvious symbols of Vela on it. I think she probably would have tried that before going out of the forge anyways, just to not incite anything.
Okay.
And you know what? Probably better that we all go together than get split up.
Fair.
To something. And Malia can do more if she knows what's going on. So I guess she'll just kind of walk up and say hello.
Ah, Malia Sunsworn.
That's me.
Your presence has been requested by the mayor. And as for you...
That's very kind of him.
Do nothing to alert them of our presence. You may ride, but if you knock and Zarek flees, I will hold you in contempt for aiding and abetting a fugitive. It seems
Malia's looking at Tia.
Your friend, Ms. Rightwing, has taken up with some dangerous bedfellows.
Who's Asen fucking now?
Apparently a fugitive.
Oh. Did she know it was a fugitive?
Nope, this is news to me. Well, I'm gonna just go get Asen. Yeah. Okay.
Or Asen's nearby?
What you're looking at is there is a large cart that has a bunch of it kind of is an unfolding closet. Fabric and clothing drapes out of these parts that spread out like almost like a food truck would if it had like extra arms and extra compartments, and it has a central bed in it that you can climb up into, like a truck bed, not like a bed. It's not like she's on display like that, but at the back of it there is a little hatch that looks like it goes down into something. It could only go down like 2 feet though. There's no way it could go down further than that, the size of the cart. So you don't see Asen anywhere. You see a stuffed rabbit about the size of a small dog sitting on top of the carriage.
Asen's in there somewhere?
As I said,
Yep.
leave your friend in a revelry for now.
Because I can just sending her and be like, hey, yo, we're going for food. Join us now. And she'll come. Not that way, but she'll come out. That bitch doesn't give up food. I have to say it out loud. You'll hear me say the words.
Again, should Zarek flee, you will be brought in on charges.
How would he flee from that?
Oh. Are
Do
you
what you
asking
must.
us to leave her there as a
Hostage?
honeypot situation?
Yes, the carrot and the stick.
She's not going to get hurt in this.
I have no intention of hurting anyone.
Maybe when you try and go for this, like, maybe make sure to very quickly and immediately announce the fact that you're here for an outlaw and to not resist arrest. That would hopefully make Asen not immediately react to an attack?
Yes, Ms. Sunsworn, I have no problem sharing this with you, but this one of the spider tendrils is going to like bend up and poke Tia right in the chest in that kind of cop way, you know, the poke, 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 poke. I have no idea who this individual is. There is no record of another half-elf traveling with nothing ventured, unless you are another who has gone through some changes. And it's going to start, like, trailing the spider limb, kind of, like, dotting it down with a little bit of implication.
I'm going to ask you to stop that and remove your limbs from my person. Please
Come
and
with
thank
me
you.
to the mayor, whoever you are.
I already agreed to do so. My name is Tia.
Tia.
It is called magic. I just didn't want to draw too much attention down here. Forgive me for wanting a nice day out. And she will revert her alter self effect to her normal green half-orc state.
Send your sending.
All right. Asen will get a message in her head of, hey, we're going for food. Apparently it's some real hot, like, tasty restaurant place we got told about. Hurry up. We'll leave you behind.
You will get back almost immediately. On my way. It'll basically be like, on my way, just cleaning up.
Didn't need to know that part.
Tee.
You don't get that part back. I'd have to cast it again for you to get that.
That's
but
fair.
She'll say it out loud.
I don't want to know.
So, Asen, you are going to spend a few minutes cleaning up, and the cart is going to start being rolled by the drow. One of them clamps a manacle down on the plush's throat. And it's going to somehow look like it's frowning from the way that the fabric is pulling. As you are rolling, Asen, the front hatch is going to open as you climb out, and you're going to see that you are being rolled toward a large stone temple at the center of town.
Mally is just going to Asen, over here.
Oh,
And
awesome.
give you the real, like, urgent look of, like, get your ass.
She's gonna jump down and go meet up with the rest of the group.
Phew. Apparently you were banging a fugitive. Let's let them deal with that.
Did I get to take any of the fun lingerie before I left?
Yes.
Fantastic.
Choose something that you're wearing. And it's riding up. So the last shot we're going to have of this scene is Asen hopping down and picking a bit of underwear out of her butt.
That's fair.
And then we are going to swap back over into the tattoo shop.
Honestly, we've all been there, Asen.
And
It's really true.
we're done. Jem Verdon puts a second skin coating on it, seals it with a bit of magic and ointment. You're going to want to drink lots of water, and
Yeah. I feel like I just ran a marathon.
was fine. Good. Well, while we still have a moment, and at that moment, the doors of the shop are going to rattle. And then there is this tremendous booming sound that you will recognize as the knock spell. And the front doors are going to swing open. And you are going to hear the unmistakable sound of marching feet. This is the City Watch. We are here for Fadia Stardust and Mars.
I didn't do it?
According to our intel, that's normally her line. And I think we're gonna take our break there.
Uh-oh.
All right, so folks, we'll be right back. Don't go anywhere. Hello and welcome back to the Shards of Nyrn, here on Dork Tales. You find yourselves marched through the bazaar. A parade. People try not to look at you, but you can see from the crowds the hobgoblins, the bugbears, the durgar. They're casting looks at you, including you can see some looks from other stranger individuals. That hooded figure with the tentacles is going to loom and watch you from the distance. But as you make your way about halfway to this intensely large temple, you are going to see the rest of your party join up with you. They're going to be ushered in, re-merging with you. Fadia, the guards that marched you and Mars out of the top floor, are gentle enough, but they are very much walking through and being like, come on, let's go. Right, come on. The mayor wants to see you now.
Oh, we were planning on going to see them later.
Well, crikey, this is
Okay.
going to save you a bit of time now, ain't it?
Yep. Are we in trouble?
It's not my place to say.
Um,
I'm just a city guard.
Yes, but obviously you were sent to find us.
They
so-
will determine whether or not you're in trouble or not when you get there.
But don't I get to know my rights of what I'm being accused of?
Right! In Acrozane? Your skin may be blue, darling, but I don't think you're a drow. Now, come on. Due process. Besides, ain't those your friends over there?
Oh. Fadia like waves over in to Malia and Tia and Asa, just like seeing them on top of a drider with a cart, just like, yeah, that's them.
Good. Let's keep going.
And they do. They continue forward, taking you up the massive steps of this temple. Well, of course you'll have to leave the cart behind. And the majority of the drow and the drider themselves are going to pause and wait at the cart, while a single solitary person is going to descend down the stairs toward you. The lieutenant that you recognize before. Marissa. The one who guided you into Acrozane. Well, looks like you have, been chosen to meet with the mayor. Have you had a good time in Acrozane?
Would have been nice to look around a little more, but it's been pleasant so
They
far.
were most persistent. Fear not. And, show the proper respects and everything will go fine. I wish I could tell you more about what this was, but I'm merely to escort you inside. Is there any specific way you would like to be announced?
As nothing ventured, I guess.
According to intelligence reports that I've been handed, Miss Stardust, are you an official charter member of Nothing Ventured yet? The records were sparse, and they haven't been updated in about 7 years. A quick reminder, by the way, your dues are needed in 2 years. A courtesy.
It's appreciated.
Of course. We're nothing if not civilized.
Don't think I was on the initial one. No, I don't think I'm an official member of Nothing Ventured. I may have been on the initial one, but I'm not sure.
Well, follow me. A quick reminder that the mayor prefers they and the to represent their unique disposition. If you find such twists of the tongue difficult, simply refer to them as mayor. It saves a lot of time. The Durgar have particular problems with pronouns. But what do you expect? Dwarven rejects. Am I right, Miss Sunsworn?
I mean, all the ones I've met recently have been quite friendly. Very obliging.
You don't have to live with them. Follow me. And she will begin her ascent into the temple. Do you all follow?
Yep.
The temple is quite large. It's an ancient building that is made... It's a Durgar temple, but grand. It must be at least 1,000 years old, maybe 2,000 or 3,000. The walls are hewn out of solid granite and limestone. However, in places, they have still allowed stalactites to descend from the ceiling, giving the place a cavernous maw. The walls have deeply carved reliefs of Durgar victories, mind flayers, crushed, beholders, obliterated, hook horrors, Koatoa, and more. Broken beneath the hammers and axes and picks of the Durgar. And there is even a mural that shows an alliance after a conflict with the Drow. Anyone who would like to investigate these as you're walking, you may. You can make me either a history or an investigation roll.
I will do history.
Please.
I am also doing history.
Boy, I rolled a 2. What is with 2 on the die? So 11.
11? So it looks like there is a lot of, gathering from the iconography here, you're going to see that there is a lot written about, or a lot depicted about the Undersea. So a lot of the Durgar culture here has to do with their connection to the sea. And it looks like they forged an alliance with the Drow based on united mercantilism. and this being a primary trade route in the Underdark. Also having a great supply of water, which, although probably not particularly tasty, is able to be purified. And water is hard to come by down here in a lot of places. Tia, what did you get?
14.
14. As you are looking at this, though, you are going to notice one particular sign on the wall that shows something dark beneath the waves that catches your eye. It's just for a moment, and there's no words or depictions, but it looks like a sign, a memory, a depiction of a great beast being sealed beneath the ocean. Or defeated? And yes, absolutely. With your trait there, Fadia, it's definitely Durgar. It's definitely quite old. I'd say this thing is probably 3,000 years old. Maybe older. It does not predate the Deep War, but it does... It is a quite an old establishment, even for dwarves.
Okay, cool. Yeah, because I just remembered I have the archaeologist background, which allows me to know shit about old ruins.
Being able to know shit about things is great.
Right?
It's so good. Okay. And with that, you are going to be brought into the maw of the temple. As you are, a low hanging fog is going to roll out. A pair of braziers is lit beyond with glowing blue flame. The door beyond is wide open. It is cast in shadow that even seems to obscure your vision, despite all of you having dark vision. Marissa will walk forward and will take a knee. My mare, I have brought to you the party known as Nothing Ventured, as requested. You are going to hear the sound of rattling metal in the hollow on the wall in front of you. A voice will echo, high-pitched and shrill. And slowly, you are going to see a shape emerge. It is tremendous. It is roughly the size of... If any of you have seen a boulette, it is basically the size of like a school bus.
I was gonna say, I think I remember you explaining that it was like a size of a school bus.
Yeah. This creature is going to slowly emerge from the darkness. And you are going to see its flesh is pale, milky white. However, most beholders are very spheroid, right? So when you picture them, there was this children's cartoon, or this children's product that existed in the 1980s called Mad Balls. Anybody who knows like any of you 80s kids probably know what I'm talking about. They were this strange product. I'm just gonna double check real quick. So if you Google Mad Balls right now, it was actually a TV show. They were little toys with like gross little, almost like baseball-sized things with like gross monsters on them. Like sometimes football players with like gooey eyes, etc., etc. And the whole thing was they were like floating balls that caused trouble and did stuff. So there is a density to beholders. However, as this thing moves, it is not contained. Parts of its pale flesh undulate as it moves, as you see the amount of additional fat, fluid, material of an unsolid nature, non-Newtonian fluid inside of it, that shifts as it slowly pushes outward. And you have seen these type of creatures before. You saw a couple of death kisses down in the place with that strange dragon. The Uwu Beholders. This creature reaches out, grabs the side of the temple wall with these long tendrils that look like the tendrils of a squid, with these barbed pink and red tips, and will slowly pull itself forward. And it looks down at you with one pale, bright red eye. It looms over you, its eye flickering, its surprisingly long eyelashes that are pale and white. "Hi there," it says in a surprisingly soft voice. "How are you? How are you enjoying Ekrazane?"
Very much, thank you.
"I'm so glad. I'm Lakoki. I'm the mayor."
It's good to meet you.
"So, there's a little problem that I wanted to address with you. It seems that you were using unsanctioned magical artifacts inside of a tavern. A deck of many things. It's definitely against the town bylaws. I also noticed there was significant property damage that's been reported to me from some type of transmogrification. That's unfortunate, but these types of things happen. Nothing ventured, nothing ventured."
I mean, considering we're tourists here, how are we supposed to know bylaws about magic item use? You don't really have anything posted.
Ignorance of the law is not immunity from the law, as I would always be told. However, I am not a cruel mayor. And I think that punishment is a bit extreme in these cases. So, in return, what I would like is to give you a slight fine for your trouble, well, for your troubles, and to hire you.
To hire us?
Yes. You are a legendary party. You are... Zero! And a drow man will skitter into the room, holding a absolutely huge book in his hands, and will slam it on the floor and begin like flipping through it, and then we'll hold it up to the eye. A party of the 15th level. It's so good that the Adventurers Guild keeps that updated.
Didn't know that was a thing. Huh.
It is if you pay for premium, and I absolutely do.
You never know who's coming through Ekrazane. We are a port city, after all.
Also, I'm surprised that they consider us legendary. We've been lackadaisical and missing for 7 years. I'm sure there must have been other parties that have sprung up since we've been gone to replace us. Or...
Not particularly. I mean, there have been some. Let's see. Flipping through here. Let's see. There was the Glorious Wolves, dead. The Agency of the Storm, dead. The Lanterns, dead. The Furious Few, petrified. So might as well be dead. And of course, the Frosty Wolverines, missing in action. Damn it, there were quite a few. Oh, Grey Banner. Grey Banner is still alive, but they're not doing too well. The last member of Grey Banner that is in the records here is reported as being digested.
Oh, they're very detailed records.
As I said, I pay for premium. I would like to hire you.
What?
What would you like done?
Yeah.
You are passing through Ekrazane. You're not looking to buy property, are you?
No,
Correct.
just visiting.
Yes. Well, without teleportation magic, the best way out of here would be for you to take one of our ships. I can easily set you alongside a crew of sailors, but on the way out there is a particular section of this, the undersea that is somewhat turbulent. There are some ancient wards. I would merely like you to check them, reinforce them, and if need be, take care of anything that is trying to actively undermine the security of Ekrazane.
There doesn't happen to be some great, powerful entity sealed away by those wards, is there? That might be trying to break out? Just to,
No.
Have a proper understanding of the situation.
Are you nothing ventured?
Yes.
Are you the ones who killed the god child, White Hand Thrall?
That's us.
Then nothing that
that's
you
us.
can't handle. There is an ancient creature that is said to be bound beneath the undersea, yes.
What kind of creature is it?
I must be honest. My knowledge of it is somewhat lacking. It has been bound there for much longer than I have been dreamed into existence.
Don't you pay for premium?
Ah, yes, on Heroes, but I don't have the Villainpedia.
Isn't there like a monster manual that they offer as well?
There is a gentleman named Monster Manuel who likes to tell these things, but he has not been around in some time. Perhaps you, Ms. Rightwing, would like to begin penning such a manual.
Not my strong suit.
Regardless, I would like to pay you. Your pay will be commensurate with risk. However, if the wards still hold, it should not be a problem. Merely reinforce them. You do have a high cleric with you, do you not?
You're not wrong.
And a powerful druid.
Don't
And a
generally
wizard?
deal with words very much, but
Hmm.
I can try and figure it out.
And not only that, you have a legendary thief.
Aw, shucks.
I have been following your exploits for some time. To think that you would end up in my little city. Oh, it just gives me the tingles. And as they say that, the area around them is suddenly going to light up with lightning as it courses out of their body. And you see that the tingling sound that you heard before, the tinkling sound, is along its flesh. It has hundreds of piercings that are chained to the wall with steel cables. Actually, copper cables. That looks like intense body mod, but you're going to see electricity pour out of this thing like a storm cloud.
Well, we are good at solving problems.
I'm assuming that you do have a wizard. The robe of eyes or stars? What is that? The robe of stars, yes. And your general demeanor does depict you as some type of arcanomancer. Or perhaps you're just a cosplayer? We don't shame here, honey.
You're correct.
So you're a cosplayer?
Mm-hmm.
Ooh. Well.
So, where do you get your power from?
Oh, yes. I almost got ahead of myself. Before I can hire you, we must have an even playing field. Arian! And another drow is going to hurry out, holding a large golden bowl and a sickle-shaped knife, and is going to rush up to you and pull a lever on the ground. And when they do, a small pedestal is going to slowly go out of a floor slot. It's large enough to hold the basin and the knife next to each other, almost like a shaving basin. Please, each of you, let's see, Ms. Rightwing, you are specifically named as a dealer of property damage. I would like, let's see, you are an outsider, which is going to give you a bit of a break on this. 2 pints.
That's a lot.
You have a high cleric. But fair, we are negotiating. Now, the penalty would normally be quite steep, but you are a guest. I will settle for 1 pint from you, Ms. Rightwing. However, someone else must pay the other pint.
Does it have to be human blood or humanoid blood?
It needs to
I'm assuming
be
it's the
from
blood, right?
one of you. Yes,
Right,
blood.
but if I were a non-physically humanoid that had more blood in it...
Ooh, interesting. Yes, make it flavorful.
Do you have any preferences?
I do like to sample.
Also, how big is the room, by the way, just out of curiosity?
Oh, massive. We're
Yeah,
talking like Baldur's
do it.
Gate 3 temple.
Beautiful. Cool.
Something I've
Do
never
your
tried
subjects
before.
willingly give you the blood, or do you force them to?
I thought it was part of the taxes to have the electricity running.
Yes, exactly. I provide a service, they provide me the energy souls. And entertainment.
Right.
It's
but
a hard
you
life.
have thinking something with lots of blood.
Something I've never tried before. Do you know of anything particularly rare?
She's mentally just sort of clocking through the different creatures she knows and beasts she knows, and she's like, how about a mentally just dinosaur? And is gonna shift into probably a ankylosaurus or something.
Oh, it's hideous. Oh, I've never seen anything quite like that. I would love to sup on its marrow juice.
Sure. Right.
We're going to need a bigger bowl.
This is gonna
still
hurt, isn't it?
talks. It doesn't have to. And Ms. Rightwing, the knife there has a numbing agent coated on it. This is not about pain. This is merely about transactional service.
Yeah. Okay, so I sort of get the sense that I've got a lot of blood. How about I just, cover everyone?
I still require the pint from Ms. Rightwing.
Well, aside from that.
But yes, that would be sufficient. This is not, like I said, about punishment. This is about restitution.
Right. Based on that, can I cast when she's done?
To do what, if I might ask?
Any healing she needs?
Oh, absolutely.
Well,
Just getting
remember,
permission in
once
advance.
I technically I could get drained and just go back to being me.
But
true, but
before
if you-
we do that, you
is
said it's purely
people.
transactional. Anything more than the 2 pints, we should be paid for that. If you're having such rare sample, it's purely transactional.
Admittedly, I offered. Let's not push it. Sorry.
I will keep that in account when it comes time to discuss your payment. You do like gold, do you not?
This is correct.
We do like gold.
I would be much more favorable to you should you provide more. I would like to be friends with you.
It's true, but generally that's not how transactions work.
Well, Ms. Rightwing, do you mind starting the festivities?
Okay. And she will go up to it.
Okay. If you do it, it is, aside from the initial pinch, which is not much dissimilar from pinching yourself with your nails, you're actually going to be amazed at how just flawlessly the cut's going to go. And it's going to, you're going to be able to fill your amount very cleanly.
Sounds good. How is she feeling afterwards?
A little woozy. You're gonna take, you're gonna take 5 hit points of damage.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's not terrible.
No, that's easy.
Yeah.
Yeah, afterwards she'll probably just ask Malia just to seal up the wound and otherwise be fine.
I think Malia will probably basically just whatever the base one is.
I mean, I guess I could have done it myself too.
Yes, but Malia asked for permission. Remember, unauthorized casting of magic is what got you into this problem. We're doing a thing.
That's fair.
We're being pulled up on. Mali's like, they said something about unauthorized magic. Okay, ask for everything then.
Fair enough.
If you don't mind, and one of the tendrils will
snake out and will cover the bowl and will, almost like the way an elephant sucks a peanut, pick up the bowl, and you'll hear this okay. And then we'll drop it, and it'll clang down on the podium, empty, completely spit polished clean.
How was that?
Different? You have a strange flavor to your blood.
In what way?
Spicy. Interesting.
Spicy?
Yes, an undercurrent. It's very robust. Ah, well, I look forward to trying the lizard next.
All right, then.
Malia will basically offer help to Tia with like the knife. And
Yeah, I'm gonna need some help. I think there's a
There.
spot between the plates. I'll kind of just vaguely direct to where the best spot is.
Between the
Malia will use it.
osteoderms.
pre-numbed
Okay.
knife.
All
Yep.
right, so the bleeding is going to go very well. How much are you offering?
So, since this is Tia's logic here is that we're being fined for like property damage, unlawful use of unsanctioned magic items, probably something else,
Particularly the
et cetera,
artifacts,
et
yeah.
cetera. Yeah, use of artifacts. So,
What's the total fine? You gave Miss Rightwing her 2 pints. What's the total fine?
Technically, between all of you, the toll would be 1 pint per plus 2 pints for Miss Rightwing. However, I am willing to cut a deal because we are working together. A minimum of 2 pints, but as many as you are willing to offer would be nice, especially if I am not mistaken. Miss Armstrong, you don't seem to be particularly worried about your blood.
not in this case. As long as I mean, if I bleed out like this, I just revert.
Then I look forward to the taste.
Can't say it's entirely pleasant though, so
Then we'll make it quick.
great. Can we just get this over with?
Of course.
How much are you bleeding? 1 pint pours out of you into
I wasn't
a
sure
large
how much
bowl.
how many hit points
Up.
would count in terms of pint.
Let's say that it's a D10 per.
Well, I
Alright.
mean, you have 5 points. You have 5 pints of blood in your body at all times, so it'd be like,
And I'm a dinosaur.
and you're a
I'm big.
dinosaur, so
Probably
I
have
don't know how
20
many
pints.
pints.
How many hit points do you have as this dinosaur?
68.
Okay, well that's easy. It is going to be a D6 per pint.
All right. I mean, because honestly, if if this takes her to 0, she just goes back. Like it's a
Okay.
use of
I know,
wild shape anyway.
so metagaming, what we've been saying in the chat, Fadia doesn't want to give the billionaire just infinite amounts of blood if we're not getting anything in return, so Fadia is trying to negotiate a deal, because this Death Kiss seems really interested in the blood. So Fadia's like, no, we're not fucking giving this thing free blood without a transaction. So Fadia's trying to push that action, not giving the blood, but just like,
Make me a persuasion
no.
roll.
Oh boy. Okay. I'm gonna use my inspiration to roll it flat.
All right.
Because
Because you're
I
just
have-
like, hey, can you give me the blood or give me something for the blood?
exactly. I don't know when I turned into Coach Steve from Big Mouth, but apparently I did.
Hi, it's me, Coach Steve. Yeah.
Exactly. It's a 13. I'm gonna use determination to turn that
Alright.
into an 18.
Fair. How much, if you're willing to bleed that much, then let's say I will give you from the coffers I will give you a potion. A powerful potion of healing to offset your trouble. Surely that is worth the life that is being spilled, to give you life again when you are needed.
Would Fadia know the value of, like, a, like, supreme healing or superior healing?
Yeah, it's pretty expensive.
Yeah.
That's like a couple hundred gold.
I think they're like 5,000 on the sheet that you gave. Yeah. So yeah, Faye will be like, that seems fair. Healing for that?
Perfect. This will only hurt for a moment, Ms. Armstrong. The next thing that Tia notices, there is a jolt of electricity, and she is back on the ground in her orc form. And there is just blood all over the side of the death kiss, as if it was a toddler eating SpaghettiOs.
You got a little something on your... Yeah, that's not gonna help.
Now that is done, we can get into the meat of the bargain. But in the meanwhile, please, Miss Sunsworn, do your healing. Jerry! And a couple of drow are going to rush out.
She'll
And
poke
begin
you both,
hand-
just healing the cuts type thing.
And they are going to hand each of you a cookie. And a cup of juice.
What type of cookie?
It is a cinnamon cookie.
Oh, that's amazing!
That
Thank
should
you.
help you regenerate some of your vim and vigor.
Hi, juice is always nice after you'd lose some blood.
After you've had a little bit, we can also ply you with some wine if you'd like. And for those of you who do not give blood, would you care for any Underdark vintage? We have many types of mushroom wine.
Actually, if I could have a cookie, that would be great. I just recently underwent some significant blood loss myself earlier, so,
Oh, a shame. We could have incorporated that.
I don't think it would have been easy to collect, so it's okay.
Well, I think that we should take a moment, and I need to digest. Give me just a moment to come back to myself. In the meanwhile, please enjoy some beverages, some cookies. If you need anything else to eat, tell the attendants. And we probably are bored. A couple of tentacles will go and slap together. Music, bards! And a couple of musicians will come out. The atmosphere in the hall changes slightly. The lighting even goes a little bit up now that the ceremony has finished. And Lakoki is going to ease back and just kind of have a post-meal kind of, not snooze, but just like a lethargy.
I feel that.
A pair of minstrels are going to step out, humans, and are going to give you a nod of just kind of acknowledging that you're here, and are going to begin strumming. And Tia, can you do me a favor? Can you make me an insight roll?
Okay. I'm gonna use my inspiration on this.
Please do.
Just because that seems like a good idea. Where's my other d20?
So we get the sense from that interaction that they are monitoring magic.
They're monitoring the use of artifacts, yeah. Powerful magic.
Okay.
So I use my inspiration. You said it was insight?
Insight.
That was a nat 20. Plus 4.
you are going to hear some very familiar vocalizations and very familiar strings being played. Every musician has a fingerprint. Every bard has a fingerprint that they leave on their music. And you immediately recognize a melody that your father uses. You would be very surprised if this song was not written by him. And it immediately is going to send this wave of nostalgia crashing over you. However, the lyrics of the song are something that you have never heard before. And it goes something like this as it moves toward its refrain. Yet home below the burning sky, and now below in terror we lie, awaiting and hating that thunderous cry. From fable and legend the monsters return, these covetous creatures, these avarice worms. We gave them our treasure, and now we all burn. Oh, what will become of the fate of our lands? There are tears in our eyes, there is blood on our hands. With mouthful of ash I will make one demand. We once were free people, now we must stand. So gather your armies, let anger burn cold. Give the dragons a sight to behold, as we all march under the banners of red and banners of gold. Is how the refrain goes. And as you're listening to that, all you can think, the banners of red and the banner of gold. What the fuck is happening upstairs? But I think we're going to figure out what that is next episode. Because that's where I'm going to leave y'all on that note.
Whoa. Huh.
It's been a busy
Boy,
7 years.
It's been super tempting to
Use the gate
take
spell?
the chance on my tattoo, yeah, and use the gate spell. Maybe I
You
could get Malia to like super heal me first and speed up the healing process on the tattoos.
Tell you what. Ready?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I wouldn't. I just rolled a 98.
For what?
For how much you'd explode.
Oh, okay. I thought the 98 was good.
I mean, a 2. But anyway, hey folks, we're gonna be back in 2 weeks with more Shards of Nyrn. But you can come see us tomorrow night for more Transylvania Chronicles. That'll be a lot of fun. And thank you for joining us for another episode of Shards. It's good to be back. I wish that we were running this more frequently, but it's hard, and we have a lot of other stuff. But you know what else we have? We have a lot of amazing patrons. We have some patrons that you should join the likes of, because you can support the stream directly by going to patreon.com/dorktales. And as you are making your way to the Patreon, might I consider you joining the likes of our higher patrons, like our divine producer, my mom, hi mom, Our demonic producers, Precarious, Mysterium MK, and Sorcerer Sanguine. Our wizards of the Patreon, Tammy the Forever Cleric and the Ink Goblin. Our monster maker, Soul Omen. Our High Council of the Patreon, Taryn, Dustin, Amberthist, Ravenwith, Baubles, Crusher, Urquhart, Chef Eladeth, Larouk, Mike Baxter, Kelowna Kurd, Iridian, Brian Kaler, and Nerdy Metal Gent. I hope that you consider joining, because at the higher tiers, you get to suggest things to me for me to put in game. Like Lakoki here was one of Soul's creations. And I wanted to make them particularly fun. And if you guys do the underwater route, there might be something there that Mysterium MK came up with. Or it might just find its way to you anyway. But hey, I love you big much. A big thank you, everybody who is on the Patreon. You guys are amazing. There's tons of additional stuff, and there's more coming all the time. I can't wait, because we have some wonderful stuff happening this summer. And with that, we'll see you next time. Good night, everybody.